Specifi layout tool palette permits us to create the layout with multiple viewports and schedule inside our drawing. Before running the commands, we need to move into the paper space and we can choose, for example, A0 if we have an A0 printer. We just need to click on A0 sheet, and the first thing is to run plot command and then to set the printer we would want to use. For example, we can use DWG to PDF, and then we can set also the dimension of our printer. Then we can verify that if you want to print in color or in black and white, and we can choose on plot style table the CTB file we would like to use. I remind you that using the button on the right side, we can edit also the CTB files, assign different pans and different line weight or different colors to our to the color. For example, you can see the color number 2 will be printed in black. If you want to change the color, you just needed to open this list and select a different color. However, you can find a lot of tutorial and video about AutoCAD or BricsCAD plot style table editing and the pen assignment. One time we set the plotter, the paper size, and we check also the plot style table. In this case, we want to print colored, so we would choose specify color. And the orientation of our page, landscape, we can press apply to layout. In this way, we will adapt the merging to our printer, and then we can press cancel. In this way, you can see that the merging adapts perfectly to my printer. It means that all the objects I will insert it inside this area, inside the dashed area, will be printed properly. We can run now 2D and 3D view. 2D and 3D view permits me to insert a single view or a double view, vertical, or divide horizontally, and or free right, free left. You have many combinations there already available, and it's possible also to create and to save and add your own combinations. You can also move up or down, and you can delete or update and refresh the list. Usually when we work with a CAD drawing, we insert single viewport one by one, because you can repeat the command in order to insert more viewport. When you select, for example, single viewport, in the middle you can choose the point of view. For example, if you want to insert a plan view, you can choose the first option. Differently, if you want to insert a frontal view, you can choose the second, or rear view, or lateral left, right, or isometric viewports. You can choose the orange face referred to the side where you want to look when you want to insert your camera. In this case, the first one, I can choose the plan view. When I choose the plan view, I can also choose the scale factor. In this case, I will choose the scale for my layout. And we can choose, for example, 1.50 for our viewport. And we have two additional options, auto size and lock view. These are properties of our viewport, and auto size permits to the software to calculate automatically the dimension of our viewport, we will insert inside our layout. And based on the scale factor we choose and on the dimension of our drawing, we can leave this information. And then there is also the possibility to insert the frame and the header. For example, we have a few frames there, so I can choose to insert the frame. And if you want, you can also explode the frame, because the frame is just a DWG file, and Specifi permits also to open the folder that contains that file. You can see there, it opens, when I press the button, it opens frames folder. You can choose inside metric or imperial. You have all the frame, A0, A1, A2. If you want, you can modify or create your one DWG file with your frame and insert inside this folder in order to use it and to find it inside this list. The same is for the header. If I want to insert my header, I can choose. Otherwise, I can insert one header with the title of my project and so on. You have many headers there that you can choose. However, I suggest when you insert to explode them in order to adapt. If you want to use a stretch or scale command later, you can use the AutoCAD command. If you explode the items, you can also modify later inside the layout. If you customize already your own template, your Specifi template, you don't need every time to insert the frame and header and to set the printer. So I can press OK button. And now you can see that the software automatically inserted the frame and the header. Then I can adapt them. And it gives me a rectangle with the dimension, exactly with dimension, following the scale we choose and dimension of our original drawing we draw in the model space. So I can insert now this rectangle maybe on the top left corner. And the software inserted a scaled view 1.50 with my plan drawing. If you need, you can also, using stretch command, you can adapt the frame, reducing in this case because the printer I choose probably has different margins, and I can do the same also there.